I used to ask my friends sometimes in the refugee camps. Imagine that tomorrow morning you will wake up and you will find that no Israeli exists in the West Bank. What you will do?
Right.
They said we will go out and try to search where they are to bring them back. It is like friends in Gaza. Sometimes when I talk to them, they ask me, Bassem, can you describe to us how the Jewish people looks like? We miss them.
Oh,
in
God.
Gaza.
Oh, my
In Gaza.
God. If I were to ask the average Israeli, Palestinian, Israeli Arab, whatever term you use, do you think you have it better in Israel than you would in almost any Arab country? What would they would say?
Oh, 100% would say yes. 100% will agree with that. No doubt about that. Everybody knows inside Israel that his level of life is much better
than his freedom.
Of course. Look to the look to the Arabs in Syria, the Palestinians in Syria. Look to the Palestinians in Lebanon.
Right.
Look to the Palestinians in Yemen. Look to the Palestinians in Iraq. You couldn't understand what's really going on. I used to say, Dennis, that if we are looking to the Middle East map and how the Islamic terror is increasing, we will find that the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is probably the most safe place in the Middle East. As an Arab, as a Muslim, I don't want to be in Syria. I don't want to be in Iraq. I don't want to be in Yemen. It's much more safe for myself and for my children to continue living under the Israeli-Palestinian conflict.
Right, including safer in occupied West Bank.
I think.
Because if Israel left, you would end up with the Hamas-like West Bank.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Yes.
I don't think that the West Bank wish the same future of Gaza right now.
So, exactly. So, I don't know if you know this phrase. In America, we say, I've now entered the twilight zone. I have entered a strange place where there is 100%, you said, of Israeli Arabs would say, we have it better than any other Arab in the world.
Right.
And yet we want Israel basically destroyed.
Yeah, this is sometimes, let's say, people are speaking from two different faces, unfortunately. And each time they are looking, which face is more comfortable for this question and which face is more comfortable for that question. It depends with whom they are talking. It depends which kind of question you are asking. But people from their hearts secretly knows that their life in Israel much better than it is under any other Arab country around.
Right, but you have even added a point that nobody in the West even would even consider. It's better on the West Bank, in the Palestinian territories, under Israeli occupation than if Israel left.
Of course.
Of course. You say
it's much safer.
Much safer and freer.
I used to ask my friends sometimes in the refugee camps. Imagine that tomorrow morning you will wake up and you will find that no Israeli exists in the West Bank. What you will do?
Right.
They said we will go out and try to search where they are to bring them back. It is like friends in Gaza. Sometimes when I talk to them, they ask me, Bassem, can you describe to us how the Jewish people looks like? We miss them.
Oh,
in
God.
Gaza.
Oh, my God.
Listen, it is horrible. I think that after the Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, Gaza became a real hell.
Exactly.
Yeah. No doubt about it. I used to say, Dennis, that there are two big historical mistakes the Israeli leaders committed since the establishment of Israel in 1948.
Yeah.
The first mistake committed by Menachem Begin in 1977 when he signed the peace accord with Egypt without returning back all of Gaza to Egypt. We took it from you. Please take it back. Otherwise, I will never sign any peace accord with you.
Oh,
That was the first mistake.
fascinating.
The second mistake was made by Ariel Sharon when he decided in 2005 just to leave Gaza and to get out.
Right. What should he have done?
Look what's going on.
No, we know. So he should not have left.
Exactly.
So again, let me explain to all of you. In 1967, Israel, in the war that they really had to fight, or they would have been destroyed, it was against Egypt, Syria, and Jordan, and they conquered Egyptian territory, the Sinai Peninsula, and this little piece of land known as the Gaza Strip. That's why it's called a strip. It's alongside the Mediterranean, tucked into the Sinai Peninsula. That is a very original thought I had never thought of. Why didn't... So let me begin by saying, so the Egyptians said, we don't want Gaza.
Yes.
And the Israelis said, okay, you don't have to have Gaza.
We will keep it.
Well, yeah, we will keep it in effect. That's right. Big boo-boo. That's right. I understand that. Well, let us say, I mean, we don't know the answer. Let us say Begin, the Israeli prime minister, said to Sadat, the Egyptian president, no deal if you don't take back Gaza. Would he have taken it?
Probably yes.
That's what I think.
Probably yes.
But
Probably yes.
Sadat was smart. He knew what trouble the Gaza would be.
Yes. And he preferred to leave this trouble
Exactly,
for
yes.
Israel to deal with
Since you like beehives and hornets' nests,
Right.
enjoy them. That's exactly right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God, the world in which we live. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So your work, you do this blog for the Times of Israel as a Palestinian, and you also do human rights work within and civil rights work within the Palestinian world. Can you tell me about that?
I founded in 1996 the Palestinian Human Rights Monitoring Group to deal directly with the violations committed by the Palestinian Authority and its security services against the Palestinian civilians. 4 months after I established the organization, I was arrested by Yasser Arafat.
I'm surprised it took 4 months.
But I was so lucky that I kept in jail for 25 hours only.
Yeah, that's lucky.
And the only one who involved directly in my release was the former U.S. Secretary Warren Christopher under Bill Clinton administration.
Interesting.
I don't know Warren Christopher at all. I never met with him.
Right.
But he received an urgent message from the Human Rights Watch in New York that you must have to be involved in releasing him. And according to the Human Rights Watch, he picked up the telephone, he talked to Arafat, he gave Arafat 5 minutes to release me. And I was released. And that detention, by the way, serves me right now as a kind of impunity.
Oh, not to be arrested again.
Imagine that I am living in Jericho, man.
Oh, that's right. I'm
Imagine
amazed. I'm amazed. I hate to say that, truly hate to.
Yeah.
I'm amazed you're not in jail, and I'm amazed you haven't been shot.
Right, right.
Why haven't you been shot? I must admit, I've never asked anybody that question.
I paid a very high price in my life. First of all, I spent 26 years defending the rights of the Palestinians, if it is from the Israeli army or it is from the Palestinian security forces. In the meantime, I received several international awards. I became a media man. I'm well known around the world. I almost visited over than 93 countries around the world talking about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. So for the Palestinian Authority, you became an international character
Oh, so you're protected.
Yes, and that's really...
You're too well known.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm happy. Thank
Yeah.
God to hear that.
Yeah.
We have questions always, so we've touched on this, but I'd still like to take our weekly question, and we'll find out from whom.
Yeah.
Hi, Dennis and Bassem. My name is Tirna. I'm 17, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. And my question is, what does the future hold for peace in the Middle East, given the recent conflicts between Israelis and Palestinians?
Okay, there you go. So that's, of course, the larger question of our whole discussion.
Unfortunately, I am a person who is considering the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as an unsolvable conflict.
You know, I just want to say, I respected you before you came, and you've just doubled it. People are not mature enough, I think, to acknowledge when there aren't solutions. If the issue is not even, in this case, I mentioned your courage, but in this instance, this is just maturity. Be real. There is no solution at this time. That's exactly right.
I want to drive the lady who asked the question even more crazy.
Okay.
By saying that sometimes it looks like to me that the Palestinian leadership, if it is the Hamas in Gaza or the BA in the West Bank, they are against the two-state solution for two people. They are completely against.
Mm-hmm.
What they are in favor of is a three-state solution for two people. Because the Hamas right now, building its own Islamic emirate in the Gaza Strip, Abbas is building his own empire in the West Bank and the State of Israel. This is how we are living in the past 12 years. And looks like that everybody is so satisfied with his own.
Are the
This
people...
is the solution.
That's fascinating. Yes, exactly.
This is the solution.
Right.
What you are talking
all
about.
I know it now. Tell me if I'm wrong. I have been to the Palestinian territories often. I was never in Gaza, but I was in the Palestinian territories, what's called the West Bank.
Yeah.
All I saw was building and more building and more building.
Oh.
Is that accurate?
Of course. You know why? Because we have an open borders with Israel. 24 hours we can move inside Israel and getting out. This is why there is no blockade from Israel on the West Bank. This is why the West Bank is just growing day by day.
Yes.
If you will come these days to Ramallah,
right.
you will
I did.
find
It was in
buildings
Ramallah. Yes.
which is not exist in Washington, D.C.
And one more thing that is worthy of note. A restaurant that believes it has the finest hummus in the world. Do you agree with that?
And it is much more expensive than in the UK and Paris, by the way.
Bassem, you cracked me up. So I'm reflecting now on the ocean of lies in the Western media and the universities. Israel is committing genocide. As I often point out, it is the worst genocide ever committed because Palestinians keep growing in numbers.
Yeah, we are.
So it's a very failed genocide when the group is growing.
You know what I noticed here, especially in the United States and in the campuses and in Europe, that there is a kind of a fight between those groups like the BDS, the students
boycott,
for justice,
divestment, sanctions.
Yeah, the Students for Justice for Palestine.
Yes, right.
The Jewish Voice for Peace.
Right.
These people has a real fight with Israel.
Yes.
On a specific agenda, but they are using the Palestinians. They are not falling in love with the Palestinians.
Right.
They don't like us at all, by the way.
Uh-huh.
But they are using us.
Right, you're so
And this
smart.
is unfortunately
Right.
how the Palestinian case has been used.
That's right.
Since 1948 until
Right.
these days.
The left uses Palestinians, the left
That's it.
uses blacks, the
That's it.
left uses
That's it.
women, the
That's
left uses gays.
What these
The
leftist
left-
people
that's
ever
it.
benefited the Palestinians? Tell me.
Zero.
Tell me.
Zero. That is exactly right.
Yeah.
Which would interest me tremendously. In light of your realism and truth-telling, how do you explain the hatred for Israel in the world?
I think that it is something related to the anti-Semitism rather than to any other things.
I agree.
And I believe that Europe, as an example right now, is trying to move backward towards its own history with Israel. And unfortunately, Europe also, in the meantime, using the Palestinians right now to fight Israel. I don't think that we, the Palestinians, the problem is that the Palestinian leadership didn't realize yet how much we, the Palestinians, has been used by the others. They didn't realize yet. Probably they realize it because these days we also used by our own leadership. Look to the Hamas, how they are using their civilians as a human shield.
Right.
Look to the Hamas, how they are protecting their rockets by using their own inhabitants over
Right.
there.
Right.
Look, so we also used by our own leadership these days.
So on the West Bank, where it's not Hamas, if there were free elections among Palestinians on the West Bank, who would they vote for? For Fatah or for Hamas?
I have very interesting answer for you. Just 2 months ago, there was a survey conducted by the University of Al-Najah in Nablus. A survey.
Right.
And the question was, if the elections will take place today, for whom you are going to vote?
Right.
You couldn't believe what the results were. 70% said neither the Hamas nor the Fatah.
Oh, interesting.
So why to make elections? Yeah, that means that I think that the majority of the Palestinians almost fed up
With both.
with both, because both of them are corrupt in the meantime.
Which is more corrupt?
I think each one is more corrupt than the other.
I had a feeling I'd get a great answer to that one.
Yeah,
That's right.
is the reality.
The answer to which is more corrupt is yes.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
answer.
Right.
But the fact remains.
So all of these,
Right.
in the West, who are sitting in their warm houses,
Right.
calling Israel apartheid, genocide,
Right.
whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Please come to Gaza.
Right.
I want to see you surviving for 1 week in Gaza.
Yes, exactly. If there was an actual free election in Gaza, who would they vote for?
It will never ever be any free election in
I-
Gaza
I-
while the Hamas is ruling Gaza.
Correct. That's why I said if.
So I can give you the answer.
Yeah.
That if any elections will take place tomorrow in Gaza,
Yeah.
100% will vote for the Hamas. Because if you are going to vote for another one, you will be killed.
That's correct.
Yeah,
I understand.
that's it.
No, it's like voting for
Exactly. It's like
in
Iran,
Syria,
it's like
in Syria,
Sudan,
in
it's
Syria.
like
Yeah.
Syria.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agreed. I agree.
It's an Arab
Right.
regime.
So what do you think, though, as a Palestinian, if they could secretly vote, what would it be?
See,
Or is it a silly question?
the
It's okay. You could say it's a silly
the
question.
majority
Yeah.
of the Palestinians in Gaza Strip
Yes.
right now
Yeah.
don't want elections, don't want anything. They want only one thing.
Food.
How to escape from Gaza to another country.
Oh, fascinating.
This is what the people are. When I talk with the youth people in Gaza,
Interesting.
they used to tell me, listen, Bassem, if Israel tomorrow morning will open one of its passages for 2 hours,
Yes. Everybody would leave.
30% of the youth will escape will flee to another country.
Here's
This is what
a
people are waiting.
real great question.
Yeah.
That nobody would answer. But so Gazan, if you could live among Palestinians in Gaza or among Jews in Israel, where would you live?
In Israel.
Even the Gazans.
Of course. Oh, of course. Of course. You couldn't believe that even the Palestinians in the West Bank, they don't want to accept the Gazans.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Because they're too extreme?
Because we are from a different culture.
It's different cultures.
Different customs and traditions. Even different accent.
It's a different
language.
accent?
Yeah,
is their accent Egyptian? Or
Egyptian,
it
exactly.
is? So
exactly.
they would say Gumhuria.
Yes, Gumhuria. Right. Yeah. So even in the West Bank, even Abbas himself told the Jordanians and the Egyptians, I don't want to see one Gazan in the West Bank. Close the borders. Now a Gazan is not allowed to travel to Jordan and to come to the West Bank. Do you believe that?
Yeah,
He's not allowed.
Right. It's really
So
something.
imagine
what? Yeah, go on.
Imagine that we, the Palestinians, are still very interesting to keep Gaza separate
Of course.
from the West Bank.
Right.
And I want to remind everybody who is going to see us that the only one who united the West Bank with Gaza is Israel after the 67.
Oh, yeah, because of the mistake that Begin made.
You know, there was no one passage between 48 and 67, no one passage to link between Gaza and the West Bank.
Exactly. I never thought of that, which is my fault, but that is fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you ever debate Palestinians
Sometimes, yes.
in the West Bank?
But not on cameras. Not
not
when
on
I'm
camera.
visiting.
So you're not on Palestinian television?
No. Palestinian television, forget it. No, they will never put me on. Yeah, they will never. Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah.
That would be a great day. Are you on Israeli television?
Yeah, I was a lot, even in Arabic programs. Yeah.
You speak Hebrew?
Yeah, I speak, of course.
So if your Hebrew, is it fluent? You speak
Fluent.
Yes.
I can read. I can write.
Right. Israeli Arabs speak Hebrew fluently,
Yes.
but not generally Palestinians.
No, Palestinians, the majority, I think that there are more Palestinians speaking Hebrew rather than Israelis speaking Arabic.
Yeah, no, I believe
Because
that. Yeah.
we used to work.
Yeah, of course,
But the
exactly.
majority
Yeah,
of the,
you had
of the
to, right.
Palestinians working in Israel and they
Right.
learn. And I think that the majority of the Palestinians in the West Bank right now
What
are
passport
speaking
do you
Hebrew.
travel on?
A Jordanian one. I still have the Jordanian one and the Israeli travel document. The Israeli travel document, I'm using it only when I leave Israel and I will come back to Israel.
And your children, what do they travel on?
The Jordanian passport.
Also
still,
Jordanian. They got it through you.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. We still can keep talking till tomorrow.
That's correct. Forgive me for philosophizing, but this is what I do. The issue in life is truth. Al-haqiqah.
Right. It's painful. Truth is painful.
Yes, but for people like you and me, it's liberating.
For very few people.
We
for
breathe.
very few people.
For very few people.
Yes.
This is so important.
Yeah.
That's what it all boils down to.
Right.
We just live in the world of lies about the Middle East, about everything else. I mean, but we're talking now about the Middle East. The situation, the objective situation of a Palestinian under Israeli rule is good. That's
Much better than
Yes.
it is under any other Arab country.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, I can speak it very proudly and loudly.
Would the angry Palestinians in the parliament, in the Knesset, would they agree with what you just said?
Between themselves,
Yes, between themselves.
Yeah, of course. You know, these people getting a salary of over than $4,000 a month. Come on, this is
Right.
paradise. This is
you
paradise.
don't make that in Lebanon.
You couldn't make it in Ramallah. In Ramallah, you couldn't
That's
make it.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are a joy, my friend.
Thank you.
You
Thank
really
very
are
much.
a joy.
Thank you.
Let me philosophize one more time before I say thank you to you officially. The greatest perk of all of my work is meeting wonderful people. And you are one of them.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
So God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bassem Eid is a major Palestinian figure and journalist and writer, but most important, a truth seeker. And I don't know if there's a difference between courage and truth seeking.
Right.
I don't think there is. I'm Dennis Prager. This is the Fireside Chat. I'll see you next week.